So we're here with Lee, and Lee owns and runs Platinum in-car audio.
Yep.
So we've got a few team cars here today. So what are your team cars here?
So this one here is Pritesh's. It's a Mercedes CLS, and it competes in Master Limited, but it's mainly built and mainly competes in multimedia, so movies and all of that sort of stuff.
What's in the boot? I see some beastie subs at the back. What are they?
2 hybrid audio Claris 15s running in IB, 3 hybrid audio digital amps, 5 channel for the left, 5 channel for the right, and a 1000 watt mono block for the subs.
I'll jump in the front, you want to jump in the other side? So tell me about what have we got here?
So on the A-pillar is a Micro Precision 7 Series tweeter.
Try and get the light a bit better on that. And
in the dash, that's a Micro Precision 5 Series wideband.
So these OEM locations did you choose, or what made you go for these ones?
They're not OEM locations. What we did is we actually trimmed the air vent grille that goes along here and managed to get the mid in that section, which makes it look factory. It works really well. So, yeah.
And do they play into the dash, or is there...
Yeah, they play into the dash.
Fitted kicks, I see.
So we built kicks. That's not the original location for the drivers. It's in the door usually. So we've got an actual 6x9 in there. I know it's a round 6-inch grille, but we've got a 6x9 in there. It's actually vented into the kick panel itself. It doesn't vent completely outside, it just vents into the kick panel.
Right.
And we actually have a steel plate on that, so it's a 15mm steel plate. So it bolts to a steel plate rather than wood.
Wow.
And then it plays through the battery system. So radio, iPod, CD, all of that. We have a director there as well.
Oh, nicely done. With these kind of locations, if someone is thinking about putting speakers there, is there anything they should be aware of, or any tips and tricks you might be able to offer someone?
Best thing I can do, I see a lot of people trying to angle the drivers in. Don't do that. Don't angle the drivers in. Keep them completely flat on the dash and worry about the angle between the windscreen and the driver itself in the dash. And then try and get them so they're playing at a bit of an angle so it opens out into the environment. This isn't the perfect dash. If this dash angled down like that and the mid was angled the same to the windscreen, then that would actually be better. It would open up the soundstage a little bit more. We do have the tweeters on the A-pillars that help open up the soundstage, so it's a sum of all its parts really.
And foam filtering, is that something that happens with the glass in this location?
You get it anywhere that the speaker's near a solid wall or boundary, you're going to get it. An A-pillar would give less comb filtering, but a lot more reflections. So you'd get a lot more shark's teeth, as it were, whereas this one, you just get 1 or 2. The angle of the mid to the windscreen is quite tight, so the more you can get it on an angle, the comb filtering will look a little bit flatter.
Right.
Yes, they do comb filter, but it's a predictable comb filter that you can then EQ out all of the peaks and leave everything else flat. It just gives a very good technical sound. I know some people are going to listen to this and go, oh no, that sounds horrible, but what it does is it gives a very, very technical, accurate soundstage. Everything is where it needs to be, centre's really easy to do, left and right's there, and then you've just got to work out the tonality after that.
Right.
With the A-pillars, you have a lot more problems. Both can work very, very well, and the angle of the windscreen, the angle of the dash is all kind of important factor when you're doing it.
So you're saying that when the comb filtering starts to happen, you would deal with it with EQ. You wouldn't necessarily restrict how high they play.
You've got 2 options. You can cross over the driver below its beaming point, so it makes the wave omnidirectional, as it were, and then that kind of is what it is. You can predict that everything's going to be in and around the driver, and you're not bouncing off things in different directions, as it were, when it starts to beam. However, what that does is that can produce quite a low soundstage. So if you actually listen and you use the beaming to your advantage, you can actually raise the soundstage and get a bit more height.
So I must say, from a person sitting in the driver's seat, this sounds phenomenal, and I don't quite understand fully how you've achieved this, because like I say, I've tried myself and was not as successful, so you're doing a great job, Lee.
Thank you, mate.
So best of luck with the competition and this particular car.
Appreciate it, thank you.